driving a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta with the DSG automatic transmission. It has a 6-speed automatic. Right now I'm in drive. There's also a sports setting. Sports setting really just makes the gears rev out a bit longer. And when you have it in D, it's just casual commuting. So you can pretty much just cruise around when in the D. And the S just gives you a bit more push. Compared to other cars of this caliber or class, like the Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, this Jetta is a 4-cylinder engine, and this thing has quite a punch. It's a 2.0, and for a 4-cylinder, it doesn't lag. A naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, this thing does not lag at all. You can get off the line pretty quick. You can pass people pretty quick when you're in the S setting, of course. Don't try passing when you're in the D, because you will get nowhere. When in D, this car shifts very sluggishly, like old school automatic transmission. But this car does have a very sporty handling, so compared to other cars like the Corolla and the Civic, this car is a lot more sharper. The only car I could think of that is pretty close to its handling would have to be Mazda, like a Mazda 3. But the engines, and I find the 4-cylinder engines in the Mazdas, they're not as powerful as this Volkswagen here, so Volkswagen pretty much has the Mazda B in terms of handling and acceleration. And build quality, there is a lot of plastic, hard plastic. It's pretty much like a Fisher Price type of car that a little kid will be running around in. But yeah, the layout is pretty nice actually. It's reminds me kind of like a C-Class Mercedes of a similar era. The way the dash is set up, the car handles very well on the freeway. Probably do a lot of Autobahn testing on these Volkswagens, so it's a pretty solid vehicle, I must say. The body is made of solid steel, which for vehicles of this class range, cars that compete against like the Japanese competitors or even the American competitors, the steel work, the panels, they're not as hard as this Volkswagen. You feel pretty safe driving around in a car like this. For 2014, we have airbags in pretty much all the pillars, the front to the back. You have pretty good visibility, I might add, besides the seat pillars back there, but it doesn't feel like you have too many blind spots, I would say. You get adequate fuel mileage when you keep the gear shift in the D. If you want to leave it in sport mode all the time, yes, you could do that. But when in low speeds, when you're trying to slow down, it does hold the gear, and it doesn't feel too nice. I'd say it feels very laggy, so you might have to shift it down to D and just let it shift around buttery smooth. But yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, I prefer the Volkswagen Golf over the Jetta, even though they're built on the same platform and the Jetta is more spacious for like people and stuff. You got a bigger boot. The Volkswagen just feels like a better car. It's just a better driver's car. And once you fold down the back seats of the Jetta, you can make good use of that little hatchback. But the Jetta's not too bad. Also, a plus on this car, I'll say the handbrake. This car has an amazing handbrake. Tight corners, especially in weather like this where it's snowing right now. You can't really see, but it's pretty fun. Good tool to have. switching lanes in this thing is fucking amazing, phenomenal. It's just like you're, you're cutting through like a swordfish in the ocean or something. This car is good handling. In terms of reliability, this car does burn a bit of oil, but I do probably drive about 150 kilometers a day in this thing, so yeah, I burn quite a bit of oil there. But other than that, it's what you expect out of a high compression running engine. The oil will burn fairly quickly than you might expect, but other than that, performs pretty well. Nothing has fallen off. This vehicle does have 418,000 kilometers on the body, which is about getting close to 300,000 miles, high 200,000 miles. But yeah, there's not too much rust on the body, which is pretty good for a car this mileage in the location where we are in eastern Canada. Because it does snow roughly about 6 months a year. And the roads out here are extremely salty. So usually when you buy a new car and you don't get it rust proofed, or if you don't wash it on the regular, you will your brand new car will rust within 2 years. I've personally seen that with vehicles like Hondas and Infinities. If you don't wash or rust proof your car, so this car also has like an auto manual feature with the plus and minus. I'm not a big fan of these features because honestly they never work properly like an actual manual gear transmission. It's pretty whack. It's pretty much for people who want to feel like they're doing something or who want to look cool in front of their friends or girlfriend, but they can't work a clutch, so what's the fucking point? Anyways, that's it for the Jetta. I'm out.